Hey, it's Sam here from kitchengadgetsclub.com and also the voice behind the popular Kitchen Gadgets podcast, Magic with Gadgets. Today I've got a brilliant one for you in the 30 days of teaching you how to use the Ninja Foodi 15IN1, and that is making your first rice. And because we're using the pressure cooker button here, then you could also use this recipe if you have an instant pot, or if you have a different type of Ninja Foodi, or even if you've got something like the Pressure King Pro. They will all work for this because it's just a quick way to do pressure cooked white rice. So what ingredients do you need? Obviously the rice. This is basmati white rice, labelled up by the beautiful Sophia. And measuring cup is so much easier than doing it in grams, because you're doing 1 cup of it and then the amount again will show you the measurements for the actual liquid. A mesh strainer is absolutely brilliant for when you're rinsing your rice. It's important you rinse your rice because otherwise it really does stick together. And of course I also use some olive oil to stop it sticking together, but if you don't, it still becomes a bit starchy, but it depends on how you like your rice. And then some sort of silicone that you've got to fluff up your rice with at the end. This I've had for years. It came with one of my instant pots, but whatever you've got, they all work in a similar way. So shall we get making some? I'm pouring it over here just in case I spill some, but I'm not putting it actually in yet. Let's see how much of a cup that is. That's not far off. I'm not going to put much more in because otherwise I'm going to spill it everywhere. There you go. So that is your white rice. So now we're going to head over to the sink and we're going to rinse the rice. So first of all, you want to add your rice into your mesh strainer. It's really easy if you can use this section of your sink. It stops it spilling everywhere. And then pop on your tap. You want cold water on your rice until it comes through clear. Don't just do one section. Keep shaking it because you want proper clear rice. And if you look at the water underneath, and continue until the rice is nice and clean. And then if there's any dead bits of rice in there or any bits you don't want, then clear them out at the same time. Shake it about as you're rinsing it, just getting rid of the last bit. It's all about the water running clear. Right, it is done and it's ready now to go into your pressure cooker. So Dom has rinsed the rice, as you could see, change of hands, if you were looking of course. So now we have the perfect rinsed rice, and it's very important when you do your rinsed rice that you rinse it until the water runs clear, and you keep shaking it about a bit as well so that you can get rid of any bits, because otherwise it can make your rice really starchy and sometimes it can stick and not go to pressure, so always make sure you rinse your rice. So pop your rice in. Those last few little bits up. Oh, look at that rice. I'm excited for rice. Is it wrong that I'm excited for rice? Well, what I am going to do now, that I should have done by now, is put the lid back because, you know, I'm clumsy and I'm likely to just spill it all everywhere, so we'll sort that out. So now we need to talk about ratio. So the ratio for basmati white rice cooked under pressure is 1 cup of rice to 1.5 cups of water or stock. I'm going to use water, and I'm also going to tell you that the cooking times can be found in our new cooking guide, the multi-cooker cooking guide, which is out very soon, but please pre-order a copy so that it guarantees you one, because they are going to run out. They ran out last year on our previous one, so I'm expecting the same this year. So it's in the pressure cooker section if you're wondering, and there's also a steam variety of the rice there too, and it's got all your ratios and cook times for lots of different rices, pastas and different grains and things. So now liquid, it's 1.5 cups, so that's the equivalent of 360 ml if you're working on metric. So 1 cup in and half a cup. So now, I love the silicone. These silicones are brilliant. A lot of people didn't know what they actually did when the Instant Pot trend first started, but I've kept mine from some of the very early Instant Pots because they're just great as a little silicone for when you're cooking in these gadgets. So give it a quick stir. You want it so that when you look down at your cooking pot, that all the rice is below the water, because otherwise you'll end up with little crusty bits of rice. And then what I also recommend is a little drizzle of some extra virgin olive oil. This stops the rice from sticking as much, but of course it's optional. If you don't mind your rice being a bit sticky, then you can leave it out, but it does make a big difference to your rice. So a little drizzle there, and then just use your fingers and poke it round, but don't poke it everywhere, because you don't want to move the rice around too much and make it too greasy. So that's your oil in. So now we can get the lid down and set the time and temperature. And for rice, normal pressure cooker rice, it's really easy to remember. It's a 3-minute cook time followed by a 10-minute natural pressure release. So if you're using the 15-in-1, you can set a delayed release. And if it makes you jump too much when it starts releasing on its own automatically, then instead you can set it to a natural pressure release and then go and flick it off yourself. It depends on what you prefer to do. So lid down. So turn it off. And to cook the rice, we're going to flick it all the way across to the far left to the pressure section. And we're going to do a delayed release. And you're looking for a main cooking time of 3 minutes. And then on the delayed release, press this button here. This is the section you'll see now. You're looking for 10 minutes, and that means it will delay the release by 10 minutes. And it's still set to high for 3, and press start. And it's now going to start its preheating session, and of course make sure the vent's set to sealing. And then once it goes to pressure, you've got your 3-minute cook time, your 10-minute natural pressure release, and then it'll start doing its beeps, ready to release the remaining pressure. When you first got a multi-cooker, it's so hard understanding the times and temps and getting the food spot on and cooked perfectly. That's why we've made for you the multi-cooker cooking guide. It features all the main functions of the multi-cooker, from dehydrate to grill to steam roast to steam air fry, pressure cooking, and of course simple everyday air frying. It's perfect for lots of different types of multi-cookers, from Instant Pot users to Ninja Foodi users, Ninja Speedy, air fryer. Even if you've got a flex straw, it's just perfect for so many of them. You'll find the link below in the description, and you can pre-order it now. And now let's get back to the video. And there's the noise. Now release coming out. The steam's really not as bad as you think, but of course we're on a white tiled background, so you can't really tell. Get you closer. There's really not much left to come out from the rice because it's had a 10-minute natural pressure release. And then turn it off, and then flick the slide back over, and then we can lift up the lid. And that's what it's like to do your rice. So the steam has gone. Oh, and look at that, you have got cooked rice. Is this going to be your first ever cooked rice? Because it's a great one to do for your first one. So, spatula like I mentioned, pop it in, and it just, seriously, it comes together perfectly. Look, it's not stuck to the pot at all, and that's the oil part of it. The oil part of it just makes it come together in this perfect selection. Obviously, I've left it a little bit longer here because when you're doing video, you kind of are. So yours might not be exactly the same, but I love the fact that if you use a little bit of oil in the mixture, you have no problems with it sticking. And I mean, look at that for rice. Doesn't that look fantastic? Oh, I'm just so impressed. Oh, look at that. So that is just how easy it is to do rice using your multi-cooker. And don't forget to grab yourself a copy of the multi-cooker cooking times guide, because not only does it show you rice, but it shows you so many different everyday foods that you would want to know how to cook using your Ninja. And we'll be back again tomorrow with another great in our 30 days dedicated to Ninja Foodi. And don't forget to subscribe and follow so that you can be in the loop whenever we add new videos. Thanks so much for watching our YouTube video. It feels so amazing that you've stuck around to the end. And of course, that must mean that you like our videos. So why not also follow us on social media? You can find us at the Kitchen Gadgets Club on Facebook and on Pinterest, TikTok. We're Kitchen Gadgets Club. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great videos like this one. And you can also find us at kitchengadgetsclub.com, where we have a membership that shares brand new kitchen gadget recipes every week. And we also have lots of great ideas, resources, tips and tricks. And we are an ovenless kitchen, so we teach you exclusively how to cook with kitchen gadgets. And a ciao for now.